Hello and welcome to Heart Magic Healing. If you're new to our channel, I'm Amanda Korger and I have with me the beautiful Angela Shakti Sparks. Go ahead and say hello, Angela.
Hello, everyone. Welcome.
We are so excited you're here with us today. And Angela and I have both been noticing so much happening with the nervous system. And we know how part of what we feel is always connected to the collective. And so we felt really called to share some self-practice techniques for you to assist you in navigating your nervous system. And when you notice that you're more on edge, maybe it shows up as stress or anxiety for you, what are some ways that you can really bring yourself back into that state of peace, calm, and serenity? Because when we're in that state of peace, calm, and serenity, that's when we can hear more of our inner voice rather than perhaps some of the thoughts from fear coming up instead. And so we're here, we're going to share some techniques. And of course, our favorite thing are our energy, our sound and energy activations, in which I use tuning forks. And I also did a little toning in this one, and Angela did some toning and light language in this one. And there was a part of it that was so fun, and that Angela got a tone and then I got a tone. So it was fun for us to record, but we share this with you in that while these techniques are great in your day-to-day, we know that there's sometimes a little deeper work that needs to go on to really retrain your nervous system. And so what we did is we recorded Nourish Your Nervous System, the vibrational activation, and that's going to be on our Buy Me a Coffee page. So on our Buy Me a Coffee page, we have multiple activations. And if you support us at any level, you get access to these activations. And if you ever want help navigating, what might be the best category for me, or here's what I'm noticing, can you point me in the direction of an activation to help with this? Just message us on there and or email us. Both are great ways to reach out, and we'd be happy to tune in for a moment and see, which one would be best for you. But this one, Nourish Your Nervous System, we invite your nervous system to rest in that state of peace, calm, and serenity. And that's really going to go deep, helping you identify where your body's been storing it and bring that energy up to be transmuted and alchemized. So again, you can find that on our Buy Me a Coffee page. You'll find the link in the description below. If you find any of these techniques helpful, please consider supporting us on Buy Me a Coffee, or maybe you'd like to like, subscribe, or share the video with a friend, which are also great ways to support our work. So with that, let's get started with these self-practice techniques. Angela, do you have anything you'd like to share now?
Oh yes, so many practices. So especially if you are an empath like me, it's really easy to be affected by all of these energies that are going on in the world around us. So these techniques are so important. So I've got several to share, pick and choose which ones resonate with you. And so the first one I'd like to share it's called the Triple Warmer Spleen Hug. And this one is working with some meridian points. So Triple Warmer is the fight or flight meridian, the energy pathway. And then it takes energy from spleen. So we need to give energy to spleen and calm down Triple Warmer. And so you're going to take your, this might be mirrored on there, but you're going to take your right hand and place it along your rib cage. So you'll just wrap it right here, like where your bra line would be for women. And then the left hand comes across and goes to the outside of that arm. And then you can just hold this and do some extended exhale breathing, which is also a technique that I recommend. And that one is breathing in for about 4 counts and then a slow exhale. So in through the nose, and then you purse the lips and exhale for about 8 counts rest in that little pause at the bottom, and just do that several times. So this is a quick one you can do anywhere, right? Hold these points, give yourself a little hug, relax, in for 4, out for 8, and then you might extend. So usually after you do it a couple times, you'll notice the breath extends, and you might be breathing in for 6 and out for 12 counts or more. And close your eyes while you do it, and just notice, you should start to feel, you'll feel it, your body just kind of dropping down and relaxing and letting go of some of that nervous energy. I've got some more techniques, but Amanda, do you have it? Is there any that are popping up for you right now, or should I keep going?
Go ahead.
Okay. So another one that's really important is to keep our auric field, our biofield strong. So when our auric field is weak, we're going to be more affected by the energies around us. And so again, lots of different things you can do here to strengthen it. One that I like to use is breathing a ball of golden energy into the center of my body, the core star. Feel it expand. So you breathe into it, expand it, expand it, expand it, and then blow it out. And imagine it blowing anything out of your energy field that's not yours. And then you're surrounded in this bubble of golden sparkling energy. And then you can set the intention. Only positive, loving energy may enter my field. All non-beneficial energies are deflected back to their source or transmuted through the light. So strengthening the auric field is going to be another really helpful, and grounding as well. Amanda,
Yeah,
anything to
that's
share
what I
on
was.
grounding?
That's what was coming through for me. One of the things that I learned with the modality I am certified in, biofield tuning, is the stronger your central channel, the stronger your outer boundaries. So another way that you can approach what Angela just shared is breathing through your central channel. So to help me ground, one of the things I love doing is visualizing breathing in from just above my head, what would be like your sun star area, and bringing that energy down through my crown, and it goes down my spine, and I'm breathing in, and I visualize it coming down my spine, and as I inhale, it comes to about my heart, and then as I exhale, I continue that breath down my spine, all the way down, like through my legs and feet, and coming out my feet to connect with my earth star right below. And on the next breath, I reverse it, and so I'll breathe in from below my feet, breathing it in up through my spine, maybe to solar plexus area, and then as I exhale, it's going to continue up the spine and again out the top center of my head all the way up to my sun star. And I'll do that a few times each direction to really help me come back into my body, the central channel, being in that centered and grounded state.
Yes.
Angela,
Beautiful.
what else is coming up for
Yeah,
you?
love it, love it. So what was coming through also is movement. So think about, because when we're not moving, the energy gets stagnant. So in Chinese medicine, we call your joints the energy gateways, right? So if you're not bringing movement, the energy can't flow through your body, and then you also can't discharge that, extra energy. So like the ground, what we're doing when we're grounding is, releasing some of that stuff down. And so the movement can help move these energies through also. So sometimes the nervous system can be activated because we've got too much that's in us, that's not flowing through, that's not releasing, that's not being processed. So think about too, like animals, when they get, that little jolt of fear, they just shake it out of their nervous system. So some movement can be great, and so many options for that, right? Yoga, I will always recommend. Yoga and breathing. And then, but walking, Amanda loves to walk.
Yeah.
Even just gentle stretches.
Or the shaking, you were just you were imitating, like what you said, a dog, but for humans too, that can, or like bouncing lightly, like on your feet, just kind of a gentle bounce and move the arms and shake some. But yes, movement is extremely powerful. I know I had a day last week that felt, I've done a lot of work on the nervous system and, continue to have layers, but it was a day that my nervous system was off and I was having difficulties bringing it back. And one of the ways, what I noticed was my thoughts were just like on this loop and it was like a downward spiral. And to get myself to break those thoughts, we had happened to get some snow and ice. And so I went outside and did heavy movement by shoveling this heavy snow ice off of the driveway. And that really helped me discharge some of that energy and get my mind on something else other than that thought loop that was spiraling.
I love that. Yeah, that like cleaning too. I think that's kind of one that I will go to sometimes if I've, if I've got stuff on my mind, and that's, again, because all that activates your nervous system. So yeah, so movement, it can be anything from walking, shoveling something outside, cleaning, whatever calls you.
Yeah.
And then one I'd like to share, this is, would be a kind of, not an advanced practice, but it takes a little more like effort, or you've got to like do some things to work with it. But it's called anchoring in NLP. NLP is neuro-linguistic programming. And so what you would do is you would do something to get in that calm state. And before I talk about this one, I did want to bring up, so when we talk about like breathing and meditating, a little bit of movement. So, in a lot of practices, yoga is actually, you do the physical movement to prepare yourself for then to go into the meditation. Sometimes you'll see Qigong, right? Qigong, they do some of the movement and then you sit in meditation. And so a little bit of movement. And then when you do the meditation, which again could be some of the movement, right? Like yoga and walking are a form of meditation also. But to drop into and calm the nervous system and drop into that state of serenity and relaxation, definitely we recommend our activation. You can also, which is, it will have actually some theta music. We're going to have a theta music underneath it, but you can also, play like while you're at work. Maybe you play some music that's got alpha tones underneath to help keep you calm. So you can work with listening to different sounds. And then once you are when you feel that state of calm, what you do this with the anchoring is you pick a hand gesture. So like you could wrap your thumb, unless that's something you do a lot. Sometimes, you could place like a finger between one of the other hands here. But just pick a hand movement that you don't normally make a lot. Or you could like touch all the fingertips together. And then as soon as you drop into that super relaxed state, then you make that position with your hand while you're feeling the calmness. And then if the calmness starts to, shift, then you let it go. And you just do that every time you get yourself into a calm state. Do your anchor. And then what happens is you can just be out walking around and you're like, you feel a little nervousness come up. Boom. You do this and it will take your body into that calm state very quickly. So it's a pretty cool tool. You do have to kind of build it up so that it's stronger, right? It's like the more you do that while you're in those relaxed states, the stronger the effect, and then the quicker it drops you in.
Beautiful. So yeah, sounds like that just takes a little bit of practice a few times to when you're in that calm state, right before you notice. So it's not saying like, I'm out and about, notice my nervous system, that's going to work right away. It's building it up while you're in that state of peace, calm, and serenity first, correct?
Yes. Yeah. So you want to create the anchor, and then once you've practiced it, whenever you listen to a meditation, when you're in that calm state, hold that position. And then after you've done that several times, then you'll be able to use it to drop in more quickly.
Beautiful.
At any point. Yeah.
Yeah. And so you also mentioned listening to different things, and there's so much power in music and sound and taking us to different places. And so whether it's different tones, or a certain playlist that you have that can bring you into that state of peace. Or my personal favorite is I find my state of peace and serenity by a water stream. And so if I can find like a water stream, and sometimes it'll have like little birds or something, but finding something like that on YouTube, I noticed that will really assist my nervous system. So you can experiment, how does this music make me feel? And again, just bring it back to the body. What are you noticing in the body as you go through that? And make that, maybe it's a playlist on Spotify or Apple Music or whatever, music choice you utilize, but have that go-to that can just kind of be playing in the background as maybe you're cooking or working or driving the car, even help bring you into that peace and calm while you're driving in the car. And then, yeah, if you're in a place that you can do it, also drop into that anchor, practice that too. And another thing that came up for me while you were sharing that, Angela, is sometimes you mentioned our activations. And one of the reasons that these are so beneficial for your nervous system is that we're there holding space for you. I mentioned I had a day last week, my mind was just spiraling, and the physical activity helped some. I definitely got a lot of energy out, and that discharged some, but I still needed something else underneath. And I didn't actually switch my nervous system to that true rest recharge until I reached out to a friend who could hold a little space for me, and that's when my message came through. Many times the nervous system is here trying to get us, it's trying to communicate with us, and it has a message for us. And so these activations can serve as that friend or us holding space for you to assist you. One, we've practice grounding ourselves and bringing ourselves into that place of neutrality for these activations. We almost always practice connecting with the nervous system in some way and bringing you into the grounded state to start off the meditation and activation. And then we also end in harmonious energies. And those harmonious energies are what really bring in some of that peace and calm for your nervous system. So those are all great things that you'll find within our activations. There's one more way to go deeper with your nervous system and retraining it. Angela, anything else coming through for you there?
Yeah, there was just one more that came through that we were talking about listening to the music while driving. I actually use humming a lot. So humming also will calm the nervous system. And sometimes I use it when driving, if somebody kind of gets a little close or does something that triggers my nervous system, then I'll do several rounds of breathing in through the nose, hum on that. Instead of the slow exhale, the hum. And so that is one other that's very calming for the body. And you can, if you're driving, you can use it in lots of different places.
Yeah, so many wonderful techniques that we've got here that you can use most whenever and wherever you're at. And again, if you feel called to go deeper, we know there is so much going on in the collective right now. We're in a year of transformation, and that often signals to our brain that we don't feel safe. So if you're feeling your nervous system, you're not alone right now, and it is the time to unwind those old patterns and to retrain your body and nervous system into something new and feeling safe in that newer thing, whatever that might be for you. So again, you can find us on Buy Me a Coffee, and we're grateful that you joined us today. Go ahead, Angela.
And yes, and just remember to like and subscribe here on YouTube as well. We appreciate you.
Bye for now.